So, wow. Okay, so it's another weird thing. Six of Cups have been coming out for about 8 of the signs, and this is a strong soulmate connection as well. So it's been coming out a lot, a lot, a lot for all the signs. So let's go over this spread here for you, Libras. So the first cluster that we are looking at here. Oh, by the way, I'm going to read them, two cards at a time as clusters, and then the bottom row is your spiritual advice. This is the path that you're supposed to take to alleviate some of these blockages or challenges. Okay, so let's hope you enjoy the reading. So first of all, we are talking about the Death card and the Three of Cups. And once again, the Three of Cups is a card about socializing. This is about expanding your network, your social network. And also it's a card about how you entertain yourself when you are with other people. We have the Death card here, which also indicates to me that, once again, if you have had friends in the past and you're dealing with negative people, potentially jealousies, or people that say they're your friends, I feel that your social network needs to be re-examined. A lot of you have left behind friends that are no longer walking in the same life path or thinking on the same wavelength as you. So you've had to leave some situations behind in order for you to move on to more positive energies and allow more positive people to come into your life. And I feel like for a lot of you, these are people that you've known for quite some time. You might have grown up with them. There's a childhood energy circulating around this situation where it wasn't an easy decision to walk away, but you're doing it. And I feel that you're becoming stronger as a result of it. I also feel as if you're looking back at your past and you're thinking as well, like, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want my relationships to bring for me? And you want somebody who helps you grow in consciousness, in expanding your sense of spirituality even. So I feel that's coming through. But more than anything, you want somebody who is stable, who will have your back, who won't gossip about you, who are true and authentic, okay? So Libras, this is a very good month for you to realize what's not working in your social circle. You are a social butterfly. You have a wide network of friends and associates. So make sure you are narrowing that down so that you can devote time to people who are adding value to your life rather than subtracting from it, okay? The second cluster that is coming through, first of all, let's talk about the Queen of Swords. This has to do with communication, and it has to do with the way we think, the way we process information, and the way we arrive at conclusions. So first of all, you are showing up as the Queen of Swords. This is a person who is very, very decisive. I feel this is the energy that you're bringing onto the table, okay? So she takes a no-nonsense approach when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to people in general. When people are not being their authentic self, she's basically turned off from it, and she is not shy about letting them know, She might like see through the veneer to get at the real truth of a matter, of a situation. This is also a woman who is very, very desirable. I feel that in terms of dating, in terms of the impression you make in your social environment, just make sure you are not asking too many questions. I feel that it might intimidate friends and lovers, potential lovers alike, okay? In your environment, I feel that you are very witty. You are very, very sharp. In a good way, you are very mentally agile, but at the same time, tone down on this energy. If you want to make new friends, if you want to expand your social circle, you want to operate more from the heart, which deals with, asking mundane questions like, how was your day? How are you doing? What drives you? What stirs your passion? Things like that. Asking people a little bit more of these personal questions, I feel, would allow you to get into more of an emotional rapport with them. It is linked up here with the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands usually indicates to me some type of a celebration, some type of culmination. Something is getting completed and there is a celebration at the end of it. What it indicates to me as well is this is a situation in which you are invited to many, many social functions, possibly with family members and things like that. At the same time, I feel like there is something coming through for this month where somebody is celebrating your mind, just how amazing you are as a thinker, as an ideas person. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you've been working on some project, it's a creative project, but it's more like, if it's research oriented, if it's research based, we think of it more of like the mental energy. It is possibly being published. You're getting recognition for your mental contributions. Okay. At the same time, it can play out in this way. If you are looking for opportunities to further your education, it's going to be very good for you. Some opportunities are coming in. Acceptances from, schools that you want are definitely coming through. If you're looking for work, your employers are also going to greatly value your mental contributions as well. So the way that you come across is the ideas person, is somebody who is very, very sharp, who is very intelligent, who is very desirable. You want this person to be on your team. But in a social environment as well, people are really taken back by how sharp you are and how intelligent you are. And because of it, they do want you to invite you to many parties, to many functions, because they feel that you're a good asset in every environment, okay? Now, in terms of social interactions overall, we have a lot of social cards. First of all, I feel that for a lot of you, if you're getting out on the dating environment, okay, I feel like you might have your eyes on somebody in your environment. And I feel like there might be some gossips involved, or there might be some, your friends might be eyeing the same person. I feel like something like that. I feel like there's some competition circulating around you. Either people are vying for your attention, or at this point you're realizing that, I have some friends I thought were true, but maybe they weren't, they weren't showing their true colors. So you are going to have to weed out some people from your social environment. I also feel as well, this is a card about dealing with some disappointment, okay? People might not have been acting at their best, and they didn't, and it was disappointing to you. So I feel like in order for you to move past this, you're going to pick your battles. You know what they're about, so you're not going to put yourself in a situation where you have to even confront them. You're just not really looking forward to it, and you don't really care at this point, because once somebody reveals their true colors, I feel like that's pretty much, you give people the benefit of the doubt, but once the truth comes out and they reveal their true colors, you're not going to really have much of a choice but to let that situation go, okay? In terms of your emotional state, I do feel we have very, very good cards here. So first of all, let's talk about the star. And the star is basically telling you that, Libras, you're walking on the right path. Something is being handed to you. Something is being carved out for you, mainly because you were proactive about doing the right thing, making the right decision, standing up for yourself, and especially in situations like being authentic and true to yourself. And because you always, had a very, very sharp mind, you are able to see through the veneers, and you're able to leave situations behind when they're no longer serving you. So even though weeding out processes, the whole weeding out process, letting people go who might have meant a lot to you, there might have been childhood connection, growing up together, people that you were very, very linked in with, you had to let them go because it wasn't serving your greater good. And as a result of it, you're led down a new path where you are going to be able to find people who are very emotionally like-minded, okay? So this is a healing process. Whenever we come across, major separations between ourselves and people we care about, we have to come into the the stage where we accept that it wasn't for our greater good, and we have to move on. It hurts, but yes, we have to move on. We have to heal. Once the healing happens, you are going to feel very, very good and emotionally stable about your life once again. For a lot of you, I feel like there might be somebody, with the 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the Temperance card. There might be somebody struggling with alcohol issues. They might become belligerent or difficult in your midst whenever there is alcohol consumption. And I do sense as well that, you might care about this person, but you don't want that to affect and spill over into, you don't want their problems to become yours. So I feel like you are drawing clear boundaries with these people in your life, okay? In terms of your advice here, what I do have here is the 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and 6 of Cups. All of these Cups energies clearly speak about boundaries, and it speaks about drinking. So, and going back earlier when I mentioned, you want to re-examine some important relationships in your life. Is it about going out, having fun, drinking, and forgetting about real life? Or are there enough, emotional commonalities, emotional support, emotional rapport within the friendships and the relationships that will sustain you? So you want to be very, very careful about how you assess your relationships with other people and assess if it's still worth clinging on to. Okay, so the energy is still echoing here. I feel for a lot of you, you have friends, you have possibly remained in touch with friends that have been around since you were in like grammar school, and you're walking on different paths. I feel like divergent paths. There might be opportunities for you to reconnect this month through social functions, gatherings, parties, and especially like, marriages, engagement parties, baptisms, even, I feel like even like bridal showers is what I'm feeling. And there's a very strong feminine energy throughout this spread. So I feel like, female friends especially, you want to make sure that they are still nurturing and emotionally supportive, and that you can have, deep conversations with them. You like to discuss current events, philosophical issues, and, these things. So make sure that the people that you're interacting with are on the same page, and that they fulfill your need for knowledge, so that you can, incorporate them into the future with you. So the advice here is there are many, many options. Not all of them are good for you. So you want to limit your time, okay? This is also about scattered energy, and scattering yourself and spreading yourself thin and wide, like, just spreading yourself out. It is the quantity you're attracting rather than the quality. So be mindful about this, and, take some steps to change this, because I don't feel that you're going to be happy if you end up with like a lot of people, but none of them give you a very strong emotional connection. Okay. In terms of what's coming through, we also has the Ten of Cups. This is a family completion card. This is a card in which we yearn for stability. We yearn for emotional happiness, contentment. We yearn for, the White House with the house with the white picket fence. We yearn for a place where our family members or loved one, ourselves, can be happy and carefree and live in a very sheltered, safe environment. Okay, so I feel like safety and comfort are the things that you're yearning for, but you also feel like you want somebody to share your life with as well. So going back to what I mentioned earlier, the Queen of Swords, a lot of you might have been in a relationship and you have recently gotten out of it. A lot of you, honestly, the Queen of Swords shows up as a widowed woman or like a divorced woman. So I feel like you've been through a lot and you are possibly divorced, separated, or at a point in your life where you're going out, you're trying to meet the right people, and you're trying to connect with the right friends, connect with the right, relationship partner, or find a relationship partner. And I feel like it is coming through for you, but the choices that you make regarding who you let into your life and what you're willing to settle for, that is going to determine what kinds of energies you allow into your life. So you're pretty much the gatekeeper here, and make sure that you're on the up and up, and that you make decisions based on your emotional response to a person. Not only that, they also have to contribute something to help you expand philosophically. Okay, this means they have to be interesting. They have to be very socially conscious, because I feel like Libra is like that. And they also have to be very, I feel almost like they have to help you grow mentally in order for you to be happy. So the emotional connection is real, but I feel like in the long run, the just emotions is not enough. Think with your head a little bit, okay? What is coming through as well? Six of Cups. This is opportunities, a lot of opportunities to have run-ins, meetups, social engagements as well with people from our past, okay? And I feel like, I don't feel that you're looking at life through, rose-tinted glasses. I don't feel that. But I do feel you might want to minimize you might have a history with somebody from your past, and sometimes sentimental ties are hard to break. But if they're no longer serving a good purpose in your life, if you're constantly meeting up and, drinking the night away, and there's very little quality when it comes to the communication between the two of you, it is best to let it go. So I feel like a lot of opportunities for social events coming through for you. I feel that there is a very strong soul connection coming through with people around you. Make sure that they engage you, they add value to your life, rather than, and if you're dealing with somebody that you've known for a long time and they have a penchant for drinking, over drinking excessively, or even if they have issues with alcohol, I feel like, for some reason, I feel like you're the one that has to intervene, or you're the one that has to take the first step to walk away, because you're trying to protect yourself, or you're trying to tell them, you're drawing that clear line in the sand. Like, I care about you, but this is not a behavior that I can tolerate, because when you drink, you're a different person, and that's not what I want for you. So I feel like that's what's happening here. You might have to look away, and you might have to search elsewhere for new social circles, new opportunities for dating prospects as well. And what's really weird here is that there isn't a single... Yep, there is not a single Pentacles card. So this is not a very practical month, okay, Libras? There's a lot of opportunities to socialize, but I feel like a lot of you might be running away from an issue. So I feel like it's important for you to get your foot grounded and to get yourself to the point where you deal with issues when they come up. You don't procrastinate. A lot of you might have just been constantly on the move as well. I feel like movement happening, meeting a lot of people, talking about things that you're passionate about, but make sure that they reciprocate as well. And I feel like there is an air of competition in your midst, and as a result of it, you might have to defend things that you believe in. You might have to scatter your energy. I feel a lot of social engagement. They're not all bad, but without a single Pentacles in this card, in this spread, I feel that you need to find some grounding, okay? You need to take a moment, go to a park, sit under a tree, do some journaling. You need to do some grounding, because I feel, scatter energy, scatter resources as well. And lack of stability, lack of grounding.